The gleaming glass towers of ABC's Times Square studios in New York City shimmered under a crisp September morning sun in 2025, the bustling Broadway below a river of yellow cabs and tourists snapping selfies as fans in branded GMA hoodies and recovery advocacy pins queued eagerly outside the entrance. There murmurs a mix of nostalgia for 90s sitcoms and anticipation for the day's redemption arc. Inside the expansive Studio 7, the Good Morning America set sparkled like a sunrise symposium, a curved marble desk under a canopy of twinkling LED orbs and autumnal floral arrangements. The audience of 250, a vibrant blend of suburban moms with notepads, Gen Z influencers live streaming from laps, and Hollywood hopefuls clutching memoirs settling into the ergonomic echelons with programs rustling like recovery rally flyers. The house band warming up with a mellow mandolin melody that evoked Malibu sunsets. Michael Strahan, the 54-year-old gridiron giant turned morning maestro in a tailored charcoal suit that strained against his linebacker build, crisp lilac shirt open at the collar to flaunt a glint of gold chain, ignited the broadcast at 7 a.m. sharp, his baritone booming like a stadium announcer as he hailed the horde with a hearty hoot, plunging into a vivacious volley on the week's whirlwinds from the escalating ethics enigma to a viral vignette of a senator's sartorial slip-up that had satire squads and stitches. Orbiting his orbit were Robin Roberts, radiant in ruby red, parsing personal pivots George Stephanopoulos, sharp in steel gray, unpacking policy punches and a wellness wizard in saffron silk dispensing domestic dispatches. The panel's patois pulsed with palpable panache, Michael orchestrating with orchestral oversight, before he bent toward the boom mic with a conspiratorial chortle. "Y'all, we've got Hollywood royalty today, from 2.5 Men Madness to sobriety supremacy. The one, the only Charlie Sheen." The acclaim avalanched like an Emmy anthem, lenses lingering on the lintel where Charlie traversed, the 60-year-old vanguard of volatile velvet at his zenith, his silver-streaked locks tousled into tactical topknot, makeup a minimalist mask of mocha and mauve, ensconced in a utilitarian black leather jacket over white tee and jeans that evoked enlistee elegance, paired with boots that clomped with commanding clout, his hazel gaze of those eyes armored in amber flashing as he forged forward, enfolding Michael in a whirlwind clasp before circulating for crisp claps on the back, ultimately upending into the guest grotto with the grounded grace of a goddess grounded in grit. He was surging on the swell of his seismic shift, his freshly forged memoir The Book of Sheen, Winning the War Within, fresh from a bestseller blast that had critics crooning over its candid confessions on craft, collapse, and comeback amid murmurs of mended family moats or music mandates. The acolytess many brandishing faded anger management tees or tiger blood tattoos roared rapturously as Michael jutted forward with his patented pixie prank. "Charlie, you timeless tornado is still surfing Malibu's sands and spirit, or has sobriety flipped your flip-flops to freedom?" Gales of glee gusted through the gallery, robust and ribald, as Charlie's tenor tempered with tactical twinkle, touting a tale of his recent reconnoiter in Vegas where a recovery rally with luminaries yielded zesty zingers on zero-sum zealotry, leaving the levity legions limp with laughter. The colloquy coursed like Cabernet at first, Robin saluting Charlie's surf to summit Sega you're winning to wisdom apologia, audacious arca while George swooned over his soldier dad synergy, the wizard applauding his anti-addiction ethos as evergreen equity, the aura amplified with ardor. The table's tawny treasures trembling under the AC's autumnal zephyr, posterior panels parading clips of Charlie's trenchant testimonies from rehab rallies to redemption reels. Yet Michael, the doyen of dauntless digs with a dossier of daytime dust-ups dating to his 2008 Giants glory, intuited the incendiary underlayer the unhealed hematoma of Charlie's 2011 meltdown and Michael's tiger blood tease in a 2022 segment that still smarted like shrapnel in Charlie's psyche, amplified by his sobriety armor that armored authenticity over aspersions. He sidestepped with sly subtlety, memoir masterpiece, fitting for the winning warrior. But Charlie, after the meltdown mania and my tiger unwitting, do you rue the rogue run? Or relish the roulette rep? Tiger blood upgraded to breathless battler. The cohort chortled cautiously, claps clattering like castanets, but Charlie's temperament transmuted from tranquil to tempestuous. his leather jacket olive branch of outrage as he riposted with resonant resolve. Michael, Tiger, that's Tiger bigotry, a branding brothers blood for battle axioms. Rue, I rise your relic rhetoric, relic. Chuckles cascaded cagily, the hiatus heralded by a band bridge of buoyant brass, attendants administering Amontillado alternatives. Green room gossip would gab later that Charlie's tacticians had tabulated tread-on triumphs, tiptoe on ropes, but Michael's verve vaulted the veil. The Voyagers volunteered for the vortex, velvet vetoes vaporous. As the arc lights ascended afresh, the ambience amassed an undercurrent of unrest, the faithful fixated on the fissure, flotillas of flotilla phones furtively framing, the Wizard segued to surfboard spin-offs, George to alliance anthems, but Michael's joystick jittered for joust, the devotees dangling on the detonator's doorstep, and then, with the broadside brio of a Broadway belter, he broadsided the broadside that broadsided the broadcast into bedlam. The hiatuses hazed into heightened hush as Michael Strahan bridged back with the brazen brio of a borscht belt battler, his charcoal suit a clashing clarion across the conclave as he fixated on Charlie Sheen with eyes electric in egregious glee, the studio's stillness stiffening like starch on a starched collar, splintered solely by the subtle sizzle of spotlights and the sibilant scribbles of stenographers in the shadows. Charlie, memoirs merciless, a your Vegas zinger zapped the zeitgeist, but ladder up, that 11 meltdown vibe. Tiger blood, my winning unwitting, a manic maestro or breathless battler, roulette rep still rattling her run, or just jolly jabs at the jolly jihadist, the interrogative infiltrated like infiltrant italics. The assemblage's assimilation audible as approbations and animadversions alternated abruptly, a Michael's jury jubilant with jaunty jeers, the moderates murmuring malaise, the co-hosts calibrating the crossfire, Robin's spine stiffening in subtle sympathy, the Wizard's smile splintering at the seams as Charlie's tactical top-knot tightened like a tourniquet, his black leather olive branch of outrage, those hazel eyes eclipse as they echoed empathy edged with ember. At 60, the winning warlord, scarred by scandal sorties and Senate skirmishes, inhaled the insolence before exhaling equanimity edged with ember. Michael, winning, that's winning bigotry, a branding brothers blood for battle axioms. Jihadist, that's the jihad you jot, my jot's justice, not jingoism. It riposted with resilient resonance, reaping reticent rumbles from the rim and a reluctant rumble from the room, but Michael, juiced by the joust's juice and his own odyssey of opinionated odysseys, jabbed with jaunty jeopardy. Jingoism? Honey, you're the jingo flipper meltdown apologist to memoir fellow traveler. Tiger gaff, grist for the Mills misinformation, unwitting or witting, winning warrior upgraded, or just winning warmonger whisperer. Snickers splintered sporadically, silos saluting while the spectrum splintered, Charlie's talons tapping tabards on the table as a vein vaulted in his velvet temple, his tenor tilting toward tectonic tremor. Warmonger, that's the warmonger's whisper whispering wars for ratings. Michael, while I whistle ceasefires, your millstone of malice, milling minorities for mirth, the rhythm recoiled into rupture, a reverie rent asunder as gasps grafted with guffaws. George sane and aside on alliance ambiguities anti-addictions admirable, but meltdowns the asterisk. Yet Charlie motioned moratorium, his timbre thundering like thunderhead toll, asterisk. This asterisk's your assiduous asininity assailing authenticity for us Persians. Your whisper, it's the siren song of smears. Off-script signals scintillated in earpieces. Michael's jockey murmuring muzzle the moxie, but the maven mustered McMight. Smears? Sweetie, you're the smear campaign smearing sobriety's savior as stooge. Unwitting asset or witting witch? Memoirs foxhole fits your flip, the grenade. The gallery galvanizing into Gellia gun guards glorifying, guardians gasping as Charlie transmuted from tranquil to tempest, surging from his seat like a surfboard on a swell, boots clomping like claps of thunder. Flip, that's the flip you fumbly fusing foxholes to falsehoods. I've fused fronts from Fallujah, you've fused feuds from flubs. If Jape demands jettisoning justice, jettison me. The dynamo detonated. The devotees a deluge of discord as the Wizard sought salve with a sidebar on surfboard scripts, but Charlie torqued tenacity, towering triumphantly, his 5'10" stature surging like supernova. Scripts. This script's scripted sabotage, sensationalism and sense. Siren sing your song, sour sop. Michael wielded wisdom's wand, Charlie, tether twin the truths. Yet Michael's javelin jaunted, tether, trot on, traitor debates democracy, not dodgeball. The detonator dawned, Charlie tallying his tablet with tactical tenderness, twirling toward the threshold with a twinkle-tinged tempest that thrummed like tribal throb, eluding the entreaties as the ensemble echoed, encore, enforcero encore on equity. The portal parted with a pneumatic purr, the plunk punctuating like punctuation profound, consigning the conclave to confounded calm, the congregation in catatonic cadence, the losing it detonating into digital deluge. The portal's plunk propelled pandemonium through GMA's glow like a punctuation in pandemonium, the round table transfixed in tableau vivant as the assemblage's suggerous swelled into symphonic surgia. He lost it, Michael's jugular. A cascading from the marble cushions to the chandelier canopy, hosannas for Charlie's tenacity meshing with Michael's jihadist cynically glib kerfuffle that kindled the kitsch. Michael Strahan, the unflinching fulcrum, forged fortitude with furrowed fondness and fortissimo flair to the unflinching feeds. Phew, y'all. That's Hollywood Hurricane Force. Charlie Sheen, losing it with more moxie than a monsoon. Shout out to the winning warrior. Applause percolated prettily, the wizard stifling a snicker behind her sheaf while Robin shaded a sympathetic shrug. George activating alerts in the alcove as aides ambushed like ants at an anthill, recalibrating cues and redistributing refreshments amid the receding roar. Michael lounged with a lion's languor, his charcoal suit uncrinkled but his countenance crackling with cinders. What? He whinnied first. I'm just the wave watcher. Yet the equilibrium evanesced into entropy. Michael whipping to intermission with a band barrage of winning. The command center convulsed in convocation, a directors declaiming cue the clips, corral the callers. While titans upstairs tallied the tornado's torque, social synapses sizzling like synapses in siesta. Sheen loses stigma stampeded stellar and stratospheric seconds. Eyewitness epics erupting on Etsy and epic with etched excerpts, eviscerated by excavators and entertainment tonight. Etymologists from brunch bastions to barroom bull sessions, Strahan's bar backfire as a Sheen's gale. One maven mused, while wit wielders warbled, wit whips when wielded wrongly. A #may vindicated. ABC's apparatus avalanched with avalanches, an armada of approbation and animadversion from armchair auditors to agitprop partisans, potentates parsing the potpourri of peril and profit. Contemporaneously, in the catacombs' concealed cloisters, Charlie torqued to his green room like a typhoon mid-twist, fixer in flurry with feeds aflame and flankers forming phalanx, that haranguers hide-hounding a weir-herding hilarity to heroism. He huffed, unknotting his jacket like a noose negotiated, Denise's chime chiming from the homestead. Babe, you brandished the boundary of brava. Extramurally, his elongated escalade idled amid an incipient incursion of incandescence. Strobes stuttering like stuttering sentinels. Aboard the arena, the agenda accelerated with artificial alacrity, George saying ancillary altercations while the wizard served supper sagas, but Michael's japes jarred with jagged jubilation, his jaw jolted with unusual urgency. Troop tidings traced the tinderbox. Talent wranglers had woven whimsical wander-on wisdom, nebulously networked with Charlie's tacticians for familial foray. But the warlord's tender trigger on trope tangles fouled Michael's jugular inexorably. As the almanac approached apogee, Michael ended with a whimsical whoop. Thanks for the thunderclap tango in mind. Motifs matter, but moxie? It magnetizes. Tomorrow's tableau. The herd hustled hence in a haze of heat, huddling in the hub for heated hollering under the GMA arch, some screenshotting the standoff, others orbiting to Oculus oases. Mere blocks away, in a Malibu muse overlooking the melee, Denise soothed via satellite amid the clan's capered daughters' dance dalliances, son's surfboard shenanigans her timbre tranquil. Europe the rogue, Charlie a rarity's your repertoire. Charlie's tenor mingled mirth with malaise. Maddening muster, me more memoirs the fable, not this flummery. Their hearth, a harbor of halcyon halting the hullabaloo, healed with harvest hush. By gloaming's granular gauntlet, the gauntlets gathered, TMZ telegraph the tussle, Variety vaulted Sheen's gale, Strahan's vortex, even Eminem's envoy, a proxy, pinged a subtle salute, winning's quake. Charlie's matrix multiplied emissives from Musk, metal magnificent, Malala mandarins, mandate marches, a velvet vouch from Viola, voice victorious. Yet, in the escalade's elongated ease, he sifted the surge, a slurry of solidarity and spleen swirling, schism or salvo. The vanguard veiled the viewport, modulating to a medley of marooned marimbas, the metropolis,